Barcelona came out on top as two of Europe's juggernauts clashed in New Jersey on Saturday evening. Juventus were the opposition, but the Bianconeri were well beaten by their illustrious opponents and, in particular, Neymar. The Brazilian was in top form with the transfer saga behind his potential world record move to Paris Saint-Germain rumbling on in the background. He scored 2 goals in a stunning 45-minute display which will have only served to make those in the French capital more determined to get their man. Here are 5 things we learned. From stepping out for the warm-up to going down the tunnel at half-time having scored 2 goals, Neymar knew tonight was all about him. Paris Saint-Germain are willing to trigger the Brazilian's £197 million release clause, and all the noises are Neymar is open to the move. He is reportedly fed up of playing second fiddle to Lionel Messi, and he couldn't have proven any more tonight that he is capable of being the main man. All eyes were on him, and not only did he deliver, he turned in one of the most stunning 45-minute displays you could ever wish to see. He breezed past Stefan Lichtsteiner as if he wasn't there twice in the opening couple of minutes, and it was a sign of things to come. His first goal was clever, a lovely 1-2 on the edge of the area with Paco Alcácer before finishing high past Gianluigi Buffon into the top corner. But his second was incredible, an absolute stonker. He jinked into the area and tricked his way past no fewer than 5 Juve defenders, who were grasping and kicking at thin air, before slotting into the back of the net. If that was an audition for a near £200m switch to Paris, Neymar passed with flying colours. This may well be Andrés Iniesta's final season at Barcelona. Suggestions are that, with 1 year left on his deal at Camp Nou, the playmaker will walk away from life at the top next summer. If he does, then it won't be difficult to appreciate the World Cup winner during his final 12 months in Catalonia. His opening 45 minutes of pre-season action here showed that the veteran midfielder is still an absolute joy to watch, and a nightmare for opposing midfielders. He may have slowed down slightly over the years, but the supreme mastery of the ball, low center of gravity and ability to dictate a game still make him as troublesome an opponent as ever. As well as scoring 2 goals and generally running the show, Neymar won no fewer than 4 free kicks in shooting areas in the first half. He was allowed to take the first, but hit the wall, and from then on Messi pulled rank. It was almost as if the Argentine was reminding his teammate, and everyone else in the sold-out MetLife Stadium, who is the main man at Barcelona. Now about that PSG interest. To say Luis Suarez and Giorgio Chiellini have previous is a bit like saying the sun is quite hot. The Uruguayan, lest we forget, planted his teeth into the Italian defender's shoulder at the 2014 World Cup. And since then they've had a few running battles. In 2015, in the Champions League final, Suarez emerged victorious. In this year's quarter-final, Chiellini gained a semblance of revenge, stifling Suarez across 180 minutes. Whenever they meet, invariably they clash, and this was no different, the rugged Juve centre-half leaving one high on the thigh of the Barcelona number 9. Yet, while they take chunks out of one another, the pair have no shortage of respect for one another. Their meetings are always great to watch, and their battle in the second 45 was typically engrossing. But Dani Alves showed last season the limitations of the Swiss international. And up against Neymar with the Brazilian in the mood to show his quality during the first half at MetLife Stadium, Lichtsteiner was ruthlessly taken to task by the Brazil star. Lichtsteiner, in his 30s now, will probably do a solid enough job in Serie A, but if Juve want another tilt at the European title, they'll need a bona fide top-draw replacement for Alves.